evening and welcome all to Five Flag Speedway for the BRL TV's coverage of the final round in the Bootleg Racing League's SK Modified Series Season 32. I am Ryan Seneker and I'm going to bring you all the exciting action tonight as we are privileged to witness the formidable machine that epitomizes the pinnacle of speed, agility, and engineering in the world of asphalt oval racing, the SK Modified. Ladies and gentlemen, let me formally welcome you to the iconic Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, where we're about to witness the mighty SK Mods as they take center stage on this legendary half-mile oval. Five Flag Speedway, a historic battleground of motorsports excellence, has set the stage for countless unforgettable moments, and tonight promises to be no different. With its high bank turns and lightning-fast straightaways, Five Flags is a crucible where racing dreams are forged and legends are made. Out on the track are purpose-built machines designed to push the boundaries of performance, captivate the senses with their sleek lines and eye-catching liveries. Underneath the hoods lie roaring engines, finely tuned to deliver raw power as they rocket down the straightaways, seemingly defying the laws of physics. The SK Modifieds, these modern-day chariots of racing, are about to embark on a high-octane journey that is sure to entertain. The drivers of the Bootleg Racing League possess the finesse and skill to maneuver through the corners with razor-sharp position, jostling for position, trading paint, and showcasing their unwavering determination to conquer the demanding circuit. Each driver in the BRL will get one fast repair, no tire changes. That means if your driver gets caught out in the outside lane, they'll have to decide if it's worth the battle, because the longer they stay high, the hotter those tires are going to get, and the more the car is going to start to push in the corners, reducing their overall speed through the night. Now, with all those formalities out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, for you are about to experience the epitome of motorsports excellence. Welcome once again to Five Flag Speedway, where the SK Modifieds ignite the passion, push the limits, and etch their names in the annals of racing history. Glad to have you with me here tonight, and as you can see here, it's a warm 78 degrees out right now with 47% humidity. Partly cloudy with a 7-mile-an-hour wind. Not real concerns for them, but that does mean the track is hot, the tires are going to get slick, and we're going to see some action. Now, let's take a quick look at the points. This is the season finale as it is, and it is exciting because taking a look at the points going into this final round, you can see there's a close battle for the lead between Donnie Moore and Jeffrey Harden. Only 2 points between them. Matt Hoos, after a rough finish 2 weeks ago out of Hickory, he'll have to settle for third, now trailing 21 points behind the leader. Tough break for Hoos. He's had an otherwise solid season, so it's rough to see, but it happens to everyone. Looking further back, there's another close battle now between Bruce Pearson and Kevin Nunn for fourth place, only 3 points between them. And Joe Segala, 8 points behind Nunn. He's still well within reach of working his way into the top 5 at the end of the night. All good battles, and we'll all have to keep an eye on all of them as these laps count down. And with that, practice officially comes to an end, and the drivers will grid up, and we'll go through your starting grid for you in just a brief moment. All right, tonight on the pole is Chris Davis with Team CDR. He finished third, if I remember right, in the last round of the street stocks. Good for him. Chris Hazlip will be flanking him to the outside. Row 2 is Tom Hilbert with Lewis Flowers to his outside. Row 3, Kevin Nunn and Bruce Pearson. Row 4, Joe Segala and Matt Hoos. Matt was the fastest driver in practice, so I'm excited to see what he can do. Then you have Todd Liston and Jeffrey Harden run out row number 5. Jeffrey Harden second in the points, going for the lead. And right behind him in 11th, there is Donnie Moore, your current points leader, with Kurt Smith to his outside. J.R. Shepard, welcome back to the series. J.R. is right to the inside of Matt Chudnowski. Don't know what happened there. My mouth didn't want to cooperate, and they are in row number 7. Row 8, Kenny Kibbe, welcome back to Kenny, and Aiden Young. Good to see Aiden back on the track in row number 8. Then you have Brian Dean, Brennan Myers, and Brandon Litz, rookie, rounding out your 19-car field. Good to see such a large field out tonight. No better way to give a series its send-off at the end of the season. Looks like there's a little confusion as cars are getting jostled around. They seem to have it pretty much organized now, though. Chris Davis in control of your field, coming around for one final lap before taking the green. Donnie Moore starts behind Jeffrey Harden in the grid, but Jeffrey Harden's starting from the outside, so you can expect Harden to lose a few positions right off the jump. We'll have to see how quickly he can make it back. Davis hanging back on the start. I'm not sure the strategy there. Maybe just so Hazlip can't see when he goes, and he does go early. Chris Davis gets in the lapel, crosses the line, goes into turn one as Tom Hilbert looks to the inside of Hazlip. Behind them, you have Lewis Flowers and Kevin Nunn side by side as the entire field is struggling to get single filed out right now. Matt Hoos, fastest man in practice, not fastest on the outside line. He is boxed in as we see who is at number 62, Lewis Flowers, getting into the outside wall, kind of choking up the field. Back up front, Tom Hilbert continues to drop. Kevin Nunn got by him into second. Joe Segal is looking to take away third. And here comes series favorite Todd Liston going for fourth. Liston already up 5 spots. Good start from Liston. Here comes your points leader, Donnie Moore. He's up 5 spots as well, running in 6th. And further back, you have J.R. Shepard directly behind him with Kenny Kibbe following J.R. Jeffrey Harden dropped all the way back to 12th in that confusion as we already have our first caution. Let's see if we can find the cause for that one. It looks like it was Kurt Smith. Let's take a closer look. See Kurt Smith in the blue and white number 6 coming around directly behind Harden. Going into turn 3. And looks like he just got loose all on his own and slid down into the inside wall. Tough break for Smith. Yeah, he just got loose, and looks like that was Matt Chinoski, Lowell Jewell possibly, who couldn't avoid. That's unfortunate for all drivers involved. And it does look like Smith has some significant engine damage. And that brings up an important point. The drivers all get one fast repair, so Smith can hop into the pits, get that fixed, and hop back out like it never happened. Next season, the Bootleg Racing League is removing fast repairs. So a mistake like that will be a day ender. You get engine damage on lap 5, and your race is effectively over. I think that's really going to shake up the way people drive going forward in the next season. Should be fun to watch, so don't miss that when it kicks off. Chris Davis still in control of your field. Jeffrey Harden dropped back to 13th. Fell back 3 spots from where he started, but now, crucially, he gets an inside line start. So you'll see him climb back up quickly. Ahead of him, Donnie Moore, still your points leader, up in 5th, also an inside line start. That's just more great luck going to Donnie. J.R. Shepard and Kenny Kibbe, the talk of the league as they are making their return to the Saturday night lineup starting tonight. They were in the street stocks before this. They will also be in the late models after this. Good to see them back. All right, the lights on the pace car are off. The cars are starting to double up as they come down the backstretch. Chris Davis, Kevin Nunn, Todd Liston, Joe Segala, and Tom Hilbert round out the top 5. Correction, Donnie Moore rounds out the top 5. Pace car pulls off. And another early start for Davis. He jumps out to a strong lead. Joe Segala looking to take advantage of Nunn off the jump, diving into turn 1 to take away second place. And here comes your points leader, Donnie Moore. He's hoping to keep this train going. And with him, he's bringing J.R. Shepard. Who knows how many championships J.R. has in his belt? I'm not even going to try to guess. As they all string Nunn out to dry, stuck on the high side. Further back, you have Kenny Kibbe and Brian Dean. This time, unlike the green flag in the initial start, where they were struggling to get single filed out, this time they did it relatively quickly as the entire field quickly slots in one behind the next. Looking like they learned from that mistake. It looks like a new paint from Brian Bean. Very reminiscent of Joe Segala. I actually confused their cars for a moment there. Joe Segala, of course, series regular, running the 81. That is not his car, but that is his colors. J.R. Shepherd makes a move under none, takes away 4th place. That puts J.R. up 9 spots from where he started, with Donnie Moore still ahead of him. Further back, currently 13th, that's Aiden Young. That kid has some amazing speed. You're going to see him climbing. He's always patient in the beginning, calculating in his moves, and he always finds his way to the front, so keep an eye on the 69. You're going to see him up front by the end of the night. More trouble for Kevin Nunn, as there is Brian Dean and Kenny Kibbe, both underneath him, following behind Todd Liston. Nunn's going to have to find a spot to slot in quick before his tires give up, and it looks like they already are starting to give up, as you saw that wiggle coming out of 2. Through all the battling, Bruce Pearson was able to close up on the leaders. He is now putting his cards on the table. He wants to see what he has for these guys, as Kenny Kibbe is not settling for 6th place. He quickly goes for 5th, as we see Brian Dean go around. I believe that was Dean and Nunn getting together. Let me see if I can find a good camera angle for that one. There you see Brian Dean behind Kenny Kibbe, and that's Todd Liston. Kevin Nunn behind him. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. No, Brian Dean, just like before, got loose. And that was Matt Hoos we saw flying through the air on that one. Unable to avoid. That's unfortunate for Hoos. Let's see what happened to him. You can just barely see the 21 flying up through the air in that last shot. Hoos comes around, and Dean's on his way back down, ricocheting off the outside wall. Hoos could not avoid. Got a little contact with Harden. Harden looked okay, but Hoos will definitely have some significant suspension damage after that flight. And tagged again by Aiden Young. Not how Hoos saw this night playing out for him. Alright, we are 20 laps down, approaching the halfway point. Chris Davis continuing to lead this race. Joe Segala making a nice charge up front. He's up 5 spots. Behind him is Donnie Moore, J.R. Shepherd, and Kenny Kibbe. All strong, fast drivers. I think Chris Davis and Joe Segala are about to be challenged, as it were. Lights are still on in the pace car. That gives me a quick moment to talk about what's coming up next. After this race is the BRL Late Model Invitational Series. This weekend is a special one. They are doing a charity race for Mission 22, which is an awareness campaign and organization focused on combating veteran suicide in the U.S. It was founded in 2013 by veterans and is named after the statistic that an average of 22 veterans die by suicide every day. The mission of Mission 22 is to raise awareness about this issue, offer support and treatment options to veterans in need, and advocate for changes in policy. So if you want to learn more about Mission 22, head on over to mission22.com. You can also join the BRL in raising funds and awareness to support these veterans in their season finale next on the Virtual Grip Network. The league's goal is $5,000 by the end of the race. You can check the description on the video below, and that will show you the donation link if you are feeling generous and would like to help. The race will be broadcast live on Virtual Grip Network tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Lights in the pace car have gone off, and the cars are double file again, coming around turn 2. Chris Davis leads him into turn 3 through turn 4. Let's see if it's another early jump for Davis. Very early. Davis gets on the loud pedal, clears out ahead of both Segala and Moore. Moore quickly moves up to second, and Kenny Kibbe takes away third. J.R. Shepard up to fourth. Segala needs to get down quick if he wants to stop the bleeding. Here comes Todd Liston. All right, Donnie Moore is making a move for the lead. He saw Shepard and Kibbe coming, and he is not going to wait to see how this plays out. He's going to take the lead now and run away with it. Davis doing a great job of running that outside line, but that momentum is just not enough as the caution flag is back out again. But Donnie Moore is scored as a leader with Chris Davis in second. This one appears to be Chris Hazlip, the 93 yellow and red right there. See him going into turn 3. And he got a little tip. Oh, that's unfortunate for Chris. He got tagged from behind and sent around. That is unfortunate. That is the 99 of Brandon Litz behind him in the blue and yellow machine. Looks like two drivers with two different agendas. Hazlip is going for a shallow entry and Litz was not, and they just came together. That's the thing that can happen. Very unfortunate for Chris Hazlip. Alright, we are officially in the second half. There are two drivers out. 17 still running. Kurt Smith and Matt Hoos are in the pits. They have called it a night. Hoos 8 laps down. Kurt Smith, I'm showing him still in the lead lap, but in the pits he's about to go down a lap. Brian Dean is 1 lap down, but he is still running. Sorry, Brian Dean is 2 laps down, but he is still running on track, so he will surpass Smith here in a moment. Lights in the pace car are still on. Let's dial up Joe Segala, see how his race is going. Hey Joe, it's Ryan up in the booth. You got me?
Loud and clear, man. How's it going?
Well, Joe, you had a strong start. That last restart kind of bit you. You got stranded on the outside, and you're starting on the inside line this time. You think you can make up some of those lost spots?
I'm hoping to. I see about 2 or 3 I might be able to pick off here right away.
Yep, doing a little checklist in your head.
Yeah, and just hoping I don't mess it up.
Well, how's the car feeling today? Is it pretty loose? I mean, obviously not loose like the street stocks, but is she holding the track pretty good?
Yeah, I'm actually able to stay in the gas longer through the turns than expected. I don't have to completely get off of it tonight. So that's helping me run faster laps than what I normally run here.
All right, well, you're about to go green, so good luck, Joe.
Thank you.
That was Joe Segala, currently running in 7th place. Donnie Moore in control of the field. Nice jump from Donnie. Clears ahead of Davis pretty harmlessly. Now Davis is going to be the one under pressure from J.R. Shepard going forward, with Kenny Kibbe stranded on the outside. Coming down to start lap number 32. Davis still holding off Shepard, but just barely as Davis tries to utilize that outside line. Kibbe seems to have faith in him as he's glued to the back of Davis's car, thinking he's going to be the one to progress forward here. Well, it looks like Shepard's going to have none of that as he clears handily into 2nd place. And Todd Liston is putting his nose into the fight, looking to take away 3rd. Joe Segala was able to make up 1 spot, but these cars battling side by side are just blocking the track. Joe has nowhere to go until Liston and Kibbe settle whatever they're trying to do here. Kibbe seems just kind of determined to stay on the outside. He's not really trying to get down, which is surprising. because the outside is not known to work in these cars or on this track. And as I say that, Machinowski is trying to make the outside work to get around Kevin Nunn. And remember I said it earlier, up to 10th, inside the top 10, Aiden Young, the 69. Slowly but surely making his way forward, and now he's up to 9th. Davis is still holding on to 3rd. Kibbe is now looking low to get under him and does get a nose to the inside going into turn 1. That's going to be trouble for Chris Davis as he's going to continue to fall. He better hope he can get behind Kibbe before Liston closes the door. Davis continues to try to fight back from the outside. Unable to match pace, though, as the inside line is definitely the dominant line here tonight. Riding on board with Todd Liston. You can see the battle right ahead as he is in the popcorn position. They're staying pretty even. But going into the corners, the advantage definitely goes to Kibbe. That momentum on corner exit is just not enough to make up the difference as Kibbe is inching his way ahead lap after lap. The real question is, when will Davis pick up on this, and is he going to drop down in front of Liston? He's not. Liston closed that door. Liston got a wheel to the inside, and that is no longer an option for Davis. And as Davis confidently, I'll say, pushed his way down into the line. Kevin Nunn starting to fight back, getting to the inside of Pearson, and right behind him, there is Aiden Young still running in 9th, ahead of Matt Shinowski. Jeffrey Harden back in 11th, not the night he needed if he was going to try to take away the championship from Donnie Moore. As we have Kevin Nunn around, no caution. There it is, caution came out late. Kevin Nunn went around on the front stretch. Let's see what turned him around, or if he just got loose like some of the other guys. There's Kevin Nunn in that, I'll call it burgundy and black 64, right under Pearson. Going into turn 3, and similar to the other two incidents, caught that apron, and it was unrecoverable. Spun around to the inside wall. Did a good job of locking it down, not involving other drivers, so good on him for that. That moves Jeffrey Harden up into the top 10. And apparently I missed a move for the lead. J.R. Shepard is your leader. Oh, J.R. Shepard got under Donnie Moore as the caution was coming out. Let me bring that up so we can all watch that moment. Here you can see J.R. Shepard going around the outside of Donnie Moore, pinching him down in the corner. And that momentum that J.R. is running, Donnie just couldn't do anything about it and had to tuck in. He made a quick job to tuck in to block off Kenny Kibbe for 3rd. I think at this point, Donnie Moore is thinking to himself, he knows Harden is the only real competition he has at the end of the night, and he has to keep at least one car between him and Harden. So I don't think he really minds that much that J.R. Shepard and Kenny Kibbe are probably going to get around and take the win. Starting from the outside, we are going into 5 to go next time by. Lights are still on the pace car. 5 laps to go. That means it'll be 3 to go when the green flag comes back out. Donnie Moore going to be starting to the outside. Kenny Kibbe almost assuredly, as 3rd place is done time and time again through this night. Kenny Kibbe is going to take away 2nd place. Donnie's whole objective here off this restart has to be to not lose too many spots. Jeffrey Harden's back in 9th. That sounds like a long way away, but when you're doubled up on the grid, that's just right behind you. So Donnie has to be quick to get in the line to hold what he can so Harden can't get up to him. Similar to Street Stock race is going to be Donnie Moore with Chris Davis directly behind him. That did not end well for Donnie in the last race. Let's see how this one progresses. Pace car is off, coming around to take the green flag. 3 laps to go. J.R. Shepard at the line. Kenny Kibbe moved up to take away second, as predicted. Now let's see what Donnie Moore does here, because Harden is right in sight. Todd Liston goes low. Chris Davis goes low. Harden is up to 6th place already. Harden making a strong charge as a caution comes out again. And that will end the race, as we do not have green-white checkers in the Bootleg Racing League. That means J.R. Shepard is tonight's big winner. And that also locks in Donnie Moore as your Season 32 champion. Harden gave him a heck of a job. Got up to 6th place in the end, 1 car behind Donnie. He needed at least 2 cars between him and Donnie, with Donnie behind him if he wanted to take that championship away. That did not happen. Let's take a look back and see what caused this last caution before we go to break. Here we're seeing Joe Segala. He's in that green and black mod just above 22 of Bruce Pearson. Looks like Pearson pushed up in the corner, got sucked into Segala, and those two are going to follow each other up to the wall. Segala came back down the track, and there's Tom Hilbert, couldn't avoid. Machinowski couldn't avoid. 62 of Lewis Flowers couldn't avoid. Kevin Nunn couldn't avoid. Cars just keep piling in. There's Chris Hazlip getting involved. Brandon Litz getting involved. Yeah, that was just an unfortunate thing. This late in the race, tires gave out, and it was all over from there. And with that, we will take a quick break while timing scoring gets all caught up, and we'll be right back with your official results. Don't go far.
Streaming cyberspace into your place. Sponsored by Gargamel's Kitchen. From Five Flags Speedway, it's the Virtual Grip Network's final round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's late model series. From Pensacola on this Saturday night, John Hine, along with yours truly, Bill Stoops, on high up in the broadcast booth to bring you our Word's Eye View. We play Ryan Seneca, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug, makes you want to holler, hi-da-ho!
Alright, and welcome back. Your official race results are as follows. J.R. Shepard with Different Path Motorsports took the win. Kenny Kibbe got up to 2nd place. Good run from Kenny. Todd Liston came home in 3rd. Donnie Moore 4th. And Jeffrey Harden rounded out your top 5. Very close between Moore and Harden. Aiden Young came home in 6th. Brendan Myers 7th. Bruce Pearson 8th. Joe Segala 9th. And Chris Davis, the first car a lap down, in 10th place. Then further back, you got Tom Hilbert in 11th, Chris Hazlip 12th, Brian Dean in 13th, Lewis Flowers in 14th, first car 2 laps down, Kevin Nunn in 15th, Matt Chinoski 3 laps down in 16th, Brandon Litz behind him in 17th, Kurt Smith and Matt Hoos both had to call it an early night and put it on the trailer, as they will finish 20 and 32 laps down, rounding out your 19 car field. Rough night for them. And with that, looks like I have our big winner with me, J.R. Shepard. J.R., how was the car handling tonight?
It was a little bit tight. I just wish the setup were a little bit freer, but these cars have a lot of grip, and ultimately you find it very hard to pass the guys in front of you here, at least until the tires start to get warm. So if you overdrive it too much and get those front tires too hot, the car really starts to push bad on corner exit, and you have to lift to not get into the wall. So it's just managing that front tire temperature more than anything.
Yeah, we saw a lot of drivers starting to get that push in the corner. That actually brought out that final caution for us. I know under caution's not the way you want to end it, but early on in the race, how were you getting through traffic as quickly as you could? Because you were up 12 spots from where you started, and you were the only one who seemed to be able to make the outside line work for passing.
Yeah, I made up a lot of spots just by being lucky. To be honest, the line that I was in on the start, the initial start and the restarts just seemed to go better. So I was able to make up a lot of spots. And then on the outside, you can run the outside, you can make it work, but you have to be very disciplined to the line that you're running. If you get a little bit too high, or if you overdrive the entry just a little bit, you're going to get passed for sure. So it's difficult to do, but you can make it work up there.
All right, I know tonight was your big return to the Saturday night lineup. Is this a full-time return or a part-time return?
We'll play it by ear. There's definitely going to be some stuff coming up on Saturdays that I'll probably have to step away from and go do that. But definitely going to try to run as many races as I can on Saturdays moving forward.
All right, look forward to seeing you run. Congratulations on the win. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Just thanks to the Bootleg Racing League for putting this on. Virtual Grip Network, everything that they do on that side, and Team Different Path Motorsports. And you're doing a great job up in the booth each and every week, Ryan. We really appreciate it.
Great to hear that. That was J.R. Shepard, VGN's own J.R. Shepard. You can catch him Tuesday nights on PGRL as he is sitting up in the booth. And now I've caught up to our second place finisher, Kenny Kibbe. Kenny, what can you tell me about the race tonight? You seem pretty quiet out there.
Well, I mean, as quiet as I could have been in that race. That race was actually pretty crazy. I just, I had to be calculating, getting through the traffic. I knew I was going to start deep in the field, and just try to work my way through, and seemed to work. And at the end there, kind of came down to some restarts, and they didn't all go my way. But to come out of it second place was pretty good for us.
Now, we were just got done talking to J.R. Shepard. He said that the car was really, really tight. How were you dealing with that while trying to negotiate through all that traffic?
Yeah, it was really tight. The biggest way that I was passing cars was actually just capitalizing on mistakes. Mostly cars that were clipping the apron in 3 and 4. That's a big time no-no here. And when they would do that, they'd check up big time, and I would just dip underneath them and then hopefully make the pass in the next corner or two. But yeah, especially if the driver on the outside wanted to fight and pinch you down, it made it really difficult. The car just would not turn in the middle and was getting kind of bogged down on the exit. So we did our best that we could out there and made quite a few passes, but it was tough for sure.
Yeah, speaking of the car on the outside wanting to fight, there was a point there in the middle of the race where you and Davis were door to door for lap after lap after lap. Did you think at any point he was actually going to make that outside line work on you?
I mean, it's viable. You can definitely fight out there. I mean, it was going to probably come down to one of us making a mistake or something like that. He was playing pretty aggressive about it, so I just tried my best to just hit my marks, and eventually it just kind of worked. So I don't know if he kind of conceded or if he made a mistake or something, but that was definitely our toughest battle out there. The key thing's just hitting your marks and running as the most perfect laps that you can in that situation.
All right, well, JR mentioned that he's back full-time-ish next season. He's going to have a couple moments here or there where he had to miss a race. How about you? Are you back full-time or are you back part-time?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be ish. There's a few weekends I know I'll have some stuff going on, but I am going to be trying to make it on Saturdays. It's always a fun time, and it seems to be one of my most popular live streams that I do every week is people wanting to watch BRL. So I'm I'm definitely going to be making a lot more races starting next season. I'm excited for the new lineup and the format and all that stuff. So yeah, expect to see the 14 out there a lot more next season.
All right, well, Kenny, it's great to have you back in the Saturday night lineup. Nice to have big names returning. And who would you like to thank for second place tonight?
Yeah, I mean, first off, you, Ryan, for broadcasting this on BRL TV. That's really cool that you do that with the feeder series. And thanks to everybody at BRL. It's always fun coming back and racing with all the guys, new and old. And thanks to everybody who's riding on board with me tonight on Twitch, as always. And hopefully we can give them a good run here in the last race.
Yep, and you can hear me on his Twitch channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. He'll love you for it.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, that was Kenny Kibbe, second place finisher tonight. And now we've caught up to our third place finisher, Todd Liston. Todd, can you walk me through your strategy tonight as you were trying to negotiate through all that traffic? It got pretty dense at points.
Well, at the first half of the race, I was up on the high side a lot on the restart, so it was trying to get down low and trying to stay off that apron, because every time I'd clip that thing, it'd shoot me right back up the track and destabilize me, so just trying to keep it clean.
Now, JR and Kenny both mentioned a really, really tight setup tonight. How are you dealing with that, trying to make these passes?
Well, the important part was trying to slow up coming into the corner so you get that good run off. I think that was really key to getting down under somebody and being able to make the pass on them.
All right, now then, other than the setup, what were some of the biggest obstacles ahead of you tonight going into the 50-lap feature?
Probably just, like I was saying, getting into the high lane. Each restart there early on, it was trying to work your way down, find that hole without cutting somebody off and, getting in that kind of situation. But I really just got lucky there at the end that I was on that bottom line for that last restart. I think that's what got me up to that third spot. So,
well, great run tonight, strong performance. Todd, who would you like to thank for this?
I'd like to thank Lowell for putting it on, everybody else for running, putting on clean races every week. It's always a blast coming Saturday nights and racing with Bootleg.
All right, thanks so much, Todd, and we'll look forward to seeing you next season.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, that was Todd Liston, and now we have the man of the hour, Donnie Moore, your season champion. Donnie, how's it feel to win one?
It's good. It's good. I would have liked to win the race, but you got to know your limits. JR was coming, so I let him have it. I was looking at the big picture instead. I didn't let him have it. I mean, I didn't try to fight him. He took it.
Oh yeah, JR is going to do that. Now, how much throughout the night were you paying attention to the points specifically? Like, were you keeping an eye on Hardin's progression up through the field, knowing that you couldn't let him pass you?
Well, yeah, certainly that was in the back of my mind. Forefront was getting to the front, and trying to stay ahead of him. Even if he got ahead of me, I mean, a tie would have. I still think I would have won the tie. So anyway, it worked out okay. But hey, you know what? Hats off to Jeffrey Harden. Sorry I ruined his Triple Crown, but let's not forget he won the other two championships tonight, and hats off to him. There was a time when Jeffrey and I didn't quite see eye to eye, but I've gained a lot of respect for Jeff. He's a good guy and level-headed and a real good, clean racer.
Yeah, Jeff's a great guy. You had a great, strong run tonight, Donnie. And going into next season, on Saturday, we're going to be doing the Legends at New Smyrna. Are you going to be taking this momentum over to that car as well, or is that not a car you prefer?
It's definitely not a car I prefer. No, I don't like that car at all. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, she gets a little squirrely. It'll be fun to watch for sure. All right, well, Donnie, who would you like to thank for your season championship?
You know what? The competition here is great. It's always fun, good, clean competition. Thanks to Lowell and Ryan stepping forward and doing this. This is fantastic. Thanks. I look forward to next season.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you on the track. Thanks for talking to us, Donnie.
Thank you, Ryan. All
right, with that, we are going to bring tonight's broadcast to a close. If you like what you saw tonight, you'll catch us again next week from New Smyrna Speedway, as I said earlier. This will be a Friday, June 23rd. Will be the opening round for Season 27 of the BRL Street Stock Series. But after that, we got to shake things up a little bit. Saturday, June 24th, still starting at 7, normal time. We're bringing you the all-new BRL Sportsman Series. That'll be a rotational series. This first round will be the Legends. So that'll be a good one to watch. You won't want to miss that one. Everything you've seen and heard here tonight was made possible by Skidder Creek Motorsports Group. It's home to the Bootleg Racing League, the GT Racing League, Thunder Ridge Racing, Virtual Grip Network, and so much more. For more information, visit them over at skiddercreek.com. This has been a production of BRL TV, a broadcasting service aimed at giving up-and-coming commentators and directors a place to get their feet wet in the world of sim racing broadcasting. If you've ever wondered if you have what it takes to broadcast live races, this is your chance to get some experience with no pressure. If you're interested in getting in on the fun, visit bootlegracingleague.com to find out how. Now, from all of us here on the BRL TV crew, thank you for watching, and have a great night.